Evening everyone, Sharon here with Creating with Sharon. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Winnipeg. Yay! So how are you all doing tonight? Doing good. The Jets are going to be playing shortly, probably in about 15 minutes, so excited about that. I'm just trying to get this to share, but I can't even find it. There we go. Okay. Oh. Okay, so this is the card we're going to be making today. Hi Loretta, hi Debbie, hi Jean. So this card we're going to be making today is a slider card. We did this card at Club this month, so I just changed it up a bit. So I'm going to show you how I did this. All the instructions and the video are going to be on the blog, on my blog later on tonight. So let's get started. So I have everything all marked up here, so I'm just going to bring it all out and just show you what you need. So you need a card base that's 5.5 by 8.25. You need a piece of cardstock, and this is going to sit inside, and this is 4 and 4 by 5.25. And then this piece is just going to sit inside just like that, and that's 4 by 3.25, or 4.5 by 3.25. And I have some scraps that I'm going to use. And then we have 2 squares that are 2.25 by 2.25. Then we have 2 more squares that are 2.5 by 2.5. We have a piece of cardstock that is 2.25 by 2.25. And then we have 2 pieces of Designer Series paper that are 1.75 by 5.25. And then we have a piece of basic white that is 1/2 inch by 2 inches. And then we also are going to bring in our Frosted Gingerbread dies and stamp set. And we're going to use, I think I'm going to use this one here. I used a snowflake on it. And I'm thinking on this one here, we'll do, there's a star in here. So we'll do the star. Actually, I already have it all cut out. So we'll just, oops, we'll use that, okay? And all I did was use the, oh, what happened to it? Oh, I misplaced the, oh no, there it is. So the star is an incarnate die, just like that. Danielle, this is such a cute set. And then you cut out the main one like this. So this one I did, I'll cut it out, I'll show you how I did it, okay? So I'll take all this apart. There's a picture of all this on my blog, so it explain everything to you. For you, sorry. So I'm just going to take everything off, and just going to bring in my trimmer. And move everything to the side. So this is a fairly easy card to do. I had to adjust it quite a bit to make it fit into a regular card base. So this, like I said, this is 8.25, and right now it is basically a 1/2 sheet of cardstock. So I'm going to cut it down to 8.25 and just take 1/4 inch off like that. And then this way should be 5.5, which it is. So now what you're going to do, now I can't guarantee about the score lines and any other devices but the trimmer from Stampin' Up. So you're going to score it at 2. I'm going to score it for 2 and at 2 1/16. So that is the first line after the 2s. So I'm just going to take that in, and then just, oh, guess what I just did? I cut it instead of scoring it. I'll just grab another piece. Just bear with me. See? Happens all the time. So I'm just going to take a regular piece of cardstock, line it up at 5.5, and then just cut it. Now bring this, oops, bring this guy down. Now I'm going to try this again. Put it at 8.25 and just trim that wee bit off. And then I'm going to take my my cardstock and put it at 1/16. Like I said, it's the first line after the 2 on the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And I'm going to just take it and flip it around and do the same thing, do the 1/16 like that. And while I have my trimmer here, I'm just going to bring in my smaller pieces. So my squares that are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, I'm going to bring both those ones in. I'm going to line up the point in the channel on my scoring tool, and I'm just going to score that. And I'm going to do the same thing for this one, point to point, and score that. And then I'm only going to bring in one of my 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 square. I got to keep all these because they're so handy for me. And I'm going to do the same thing, put it in the channel and score it just like that. And I'm done scoring. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, I'm going to just fold these in, and they should almost touch but not quite. So you want to make sure that everything is all even. Bring in your foam folder and crease that just like that. And then I'm just going to finish off the inside of the card. So I'm going to bring in my insert that I'm going to place inside just like that. And I'm going to use my Tombow glue to keep it in place. And just put it in just like that. And now I'm going to bring in my basic white, and same thing. Now when I saw this suite, I wasn't too sure on it, but oh my gosh, it is so cute. It's just, you know, you get those things, oh, I'm gonna sell this at the end of it, but I don't think I'm gonna sell this one. This one is just so cute, you know, from a, you know, the BOGO sale. So I'm going to put a stamp. I'm going to stamp the sentiment in that says wishing you a Merry Christmas, and that is also from the Frosted Gingerbread. It said, yeah, wishing you a Merry Christmas. So they're like that. I'm just going to just put it right in the center like that. And there's this inside of your card all prettied up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my DSP, and I'm going to glue it on either side. So this is the gingerbread and peppermint DSP that I'm using. It is gorgeous. The colors in it are just wow, totally Christmas, and the cinnamon cider goes so well, like wow. And then bring in my second piece. So this is also going to be posted on my YouTube channel, Creating with Sharon, so you can catch the video there. Actually, that's where it's going after here. I'm going to take it, put it onto that channel, and then you can see it all there. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the pieces. I'm going to put this away because I know, let's just stamp the sentiment first. Where's that little guy? Well, maybe I'm not going to stamp him. What's here somewhere? Okay, that's okay. We'll stamp him later when we find him. Okay, I'm going to put that out of the way because I know I'll get glue and everything. So you have the 2 smaller pieces of cardstock that you scored right down the center. So what you're going to do is you're going to take them, you're going to fold them down the score line, and then you're going to crease it just like that. You're going to do that on both of the pieces. Okay, so now I scored this line right here, but all this it's not, I'm not going to fold this or anything. It's just going to be a guideline for me. So what I'm going to do with this, make sure these guys are straight. Oops, they're not. Yeah. Now make sure your points are centered. Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back side, and I'm going to line it up with, I'm going to line up this point here with this score line. So I'm going to do like that, and then these points are going to line up with those points on either side of that score line. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the opposite side. And I'm going to butt it right up against each other. Oops, this isn't straight. Come on. There we go. Just like that. And then this piece is going to, you're going to take this piece and you're going to butt it right up against there. So it should line up with the angles. And then this point is going to go on to the score line like that. So can you see that? So there's your score line, and there's the tip of your, I guess, mechanism. That's what I'm going to call it. And now you're going to bring in your second 2.5 or 2.25 by, no, 2.5 by 2.5 inch square, and you're going to adhere that right onto the top of that. And I'm going to use my Tombow glue for that. And you're only going to put it on the half pieces that you scored. And that's going to go on just like that. Now we have this piece of basic or old olive. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue it onto right into the center of this piece right here. Just like that. Okay, almost done. So fairly easy to do. Just trying to figure out the measurements on the actual card base. That's what's the tough part for me. So bring in the Big Boss. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the base. And then we'll cut out this piece right here, and just run it on through. Oh, thanks, Jean. It took me a long time. You wouldn't believe how many pieces of paper I had to go through to figure the measurements out so it fit nice and tight. So it actually seal. So let's just hope that it does seal. So I'm just going to just clean this out using my Fika tool and the brush on that. Yes. Quick and easy. And these things get twirled around. Okay, now what we're going to do, I'm going to just put these up here so I don't lose them. So I'm going to bring in my cinnamon cider and this delicate piece right here, and I'm just going to add a bit of Tombow glue onto the back side. I'm going to take some of that off because there's way too much in the center there. And I'm just going to just pop this guy right into the center like that. Okay, so remember this piece, we'll bring this piece back in. And I'm going to glue this right on to the base. Now I don't think I used too many dimensionals in this. And the reason being is that when it goes through the post, it's going to be pretty thick. So in order to put your star on, and you want to put it on correctly, is you want to just open up your mechanism like this, or just check the back. So this is the side. So you want to make sure you put your embellish or your star in between these two points right here. So just Go like that. And now I'm going to bring in these gorgeous little Wonder Gems. And I'm going to take one of the red ones and put it right into the center like that. I have a feeling my piece of cardstock hit the dark. Okay, so I'll just grab a wee bit and bring in my trimmer. So this is for the sentiment, and it is, where is it? I think it's 1/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch. And will I be able to get my sentiment on that one? No. Okay, we'll just do it this way. So we'll do 2 inches this way, and then 3/4 of an inch this way. Nope. Okay, let's take a bigger piece. There we go. What I'll do is I'll just stamp it and then we'll just cut it out rather than me trying to figure out. So I'm going to use Happy Holidays and I'm going to stamp it in the cinnamon cider. And then bring in my device here. Cut it back. And I'm just going to trim a little bit off the back, the bottom side here. Now when you're figuring out your sentiment for this card, make sure that it's not too big to fly everywhere. Like you don't want a great big huge thing, you want something small and delicate. So I said I didn't put dimensions on it. Oh, sorry. The Jets just scored. My husband has one of those Bud Lights, and it's just going off like crazy up there. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure I have it going the right way again. So just make sure you check your back. I'm just gonna just put it on just like that. And then what you're going to do now is just slide it in. So I'm just going to slide it like this and then open it up and then just slide the second piece in, and it should just slide right in just like that. Did you guys see that? No, of course, because I was off camera. Let's do it again. Okay, just slide it off, pull it off, and put it on. The easiest way I found was just slide it in the open side, open this up, and then just slide it in like that. And it gets a perfect fit. Do the same thing with this one, this and this, and oops, there we go. So there's the two. There's one of the two cards, or one card that we're going to make tonight. So there's that one. So I call it a slider card, and like everything's going to be over on my all the measurements and everything are going to be on my blog. And the video will be posted on my YouTube channel later on tonight. Okay, so that's card number 1. So let's just show you card number 2, which is this one right here. And it's also done with the Frosted Gingerbread bundle. And there's the inside just like that. So let's get going on this one. Just a few more things. I actually did a lot of stuff ahead of time. So, except for the die cutting, of course, I didn't do that. Okay, so you have your card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and you're going to fold and score it at 4 1/4, just like that. And then you have, I'm going to use this piece as the top piece, and this is also from the peppermint or gingerbread and peppermint DSP. I'll just show you. This one is so Christmas. It's just got all kinds of beautiful colors And the colors in this are, oh, of course it came out, look like cherry cobbler, old olive, and cinnamon side. So just basically 4 colors. So you get lots of everything. I think you get 48 sheets in that one. 48 sheets? Yes, 48 sheets in that one. Okay, so let's get, sorry, I got carried away there. I'm just going to just glue this onto the base. Just like that. And this is also posted on, all the measurements are posted on my blog for this one. So this is 4 by 3. Hi Gail, thanks for watching. And this is going to be put on just like that. And I'm going to glue this straight down. And I'm going to put it lengthwise onto the base. And then my second piece, which is old olive, and it's the same size as this. So it's 3 by 4, and that's going to go on to the side like this. And I'm going to actually put dimensions on the back side of this one. And it's going to go vertical. So just like that. Okay, so now we're going to do, let's do the inside. So this piece is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go right in the center of that right there. And see how it's obviously double-sided, this paper, but you could actually cut these out and use these as your dies, or as, I guess, your embellishments on your card or whatever. So you actually probably just buy the DSP and just basically do what I just did, but just cut everything all out. But why would you want to do that when you can have this gorgeous bundle? And that, like that. Okay? So now what I'm going to do now, so what we need now is we need the bells. And I think I'm going to do this, I'm going to just do, I'll do the same thing. So, oh, look what I found. A piece from last card. Okay. Yes, I'm going to bring in my solid bell and my solid ornament, and then we'll use those ones for later. Okay, so my solid ones are going to be done with the cinnamon cider. And these guys are going to be done with just a basic white. Oh, I can probably get both of them on that one. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to bring in my embossing folder again, or my embossing machine again. And we'll just cut these guys out first. So there we have, I'm going to call these cookies. So we're going to do the cookies, make them look like cookies. So we're going to do the cookies first. And then we're going to bring in the, I guess, the icing, because it looks like cookies with icing on it. I'm going to go back a couple times because of the fine, how delicate the dies are. And there they are. Looks like I forgot to stamp these little ornaments, so let's just do that right now. And I'm gonna stamp them in real red. Oh, maybe I'm not. So we'll just stamp them in the real red. And you know what's nice about this is they have dies for these guys. Isn't that cool? Oh, the bell's going off again. Yay! And in the dies, they have the die for, so you can cut them, just use the one cut. And just there we go. And then just push this out a bit. Oops, I'm going to push that out. It actually moved it. I'm just going to bring this in and it's moved it again. Might need to get a wee bit of washi tape. There we go. Okay. Let's put that there and grab these guys. Okay. So let's get our brush and just clean out this excess and this. These guys up here. Just take the trash and we'll just get rid of that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just take these guys and with a wee bit of glue, and I'm sure you could use the two-way tape on making these. But, and there we go. There's one. And let's do this one here. And hey Leanne, thanks for joining me. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my bow maker. Now don't ask me where I got this because I have no idea, I can't remember. And I'm thinking I bought it in the States, probably at Hobby Lobby. Like I said, I don't really remember. This is too big. I'm just going to just... And this is unbelievable. I just love this. It's basically just wrap it around, ribbon around, and then just tie it off. Just like that. So there's one. Looks like this is not going to be enough. I don't think so. I'll just bring in this. So this ribbon is from the Pampered Pets. And it comes with the red and white, and it comes in black and white also. And just quickly tie that off. Now we have two bows. Now I'm just going to bring in a piece of my to use my cutter, my trimmer, because I can't find my little cutter. I'm just going to cut that down to probably about 1/2 inch. I'm going to go 3/4 of an inch because I can always trim it later, right? There. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the Happy Holidays. And the cinnamon cider. just stamp that right in the center. Oops. Like that, and then we'll just trim it down before we add it to the card. So if you guys can see this piece right here, this piece right here is what I cut a long strip using this die. There's my trimmer. This die from the die set. But I had some left over, so instead of throwing it out or having to cut another piece, I decided I'm just going to just use it tonight on this one. Just trim this down just a wee bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to trim this down. Just take a wee bit off this too, because it's just a little too... There we go. Okay. I'm going to just take this, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back side of this, just like that. And I'm going to adhere this onto the back side of my sentiment, just to give it a wee bit. So you want to make sure you cover the ends, just like that. And then you're just going to just trim it there. I think we got that one. Okay, so it looks like we have everything. Okay, so we have our two bells, or our bell and our ornament. We have our two bows. We have two of the three, but that's okay because we can figure something out with that. And then I'm going to also bring in my embellishments. So this one, of course, is dimension to the hilts, of course. So I'm just going to throw a couple dimensions on the back side of the sentiment. Couple of dimensions onto the bell. Oops, come on. And a couple onto the ornament. And my wee bit of candy there. Oops. I'm going to add a dimension onto the back side of each of these guys. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my glue dots, and I'm going to just adhere a glue dot to the top of my bell. Oops, come on. There's one, and then we'll do that on the top of the ornament also. And then we'll just take our bows and adhere them on just like that. So there's one, and then there's two, and let's just add them to the front of the card. And then my sentiment is going to go. Now I'm going to line my sentiment. I'm going to take this edge and I'm going to put it right here. So I got to make sure that when I put my dimensions on, which I didn't, so I have it over far enough that it's not going to go over the edge. And there we go. So just like that. Oops. And then I have my little, little candies. I'm going to put one right here. And I'm going to take this one, I'm going to put it up here. Now I'm going to bring in a couple of these gorgeous rhinestones and just add them. Put one right there. Oh, yeah, no, put him right about there. Okay, there's card number 2. Okay, so let's just put those to the side. And I just was just upstairs thinking, and I thought, I'm going to try this one. I haven't even put it together. It's still in my mind, so I hope it turns out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another Christmas card, but I'm going to do it in very unusual colors. So I'm going to do it in Highland Heather, Pale Papaya, and Lovely Lips, not Lovely Lipstick, Polished Pink. Okay, so we're just going to add a wee bit of glue onto the back side of these guys. Yes, Leanne, you did hear Jimmy. He's down here. He's being neglected upstairs because somebody's watching a hockey game. So he's coming down. Or Miss Molly ate all his food. Yes, Maddie, that was James. It was, yes. Gotta love that boy. We call him PETA, which means pain in the you-know-what. But Kiefer's not here, so we all have to love him. So, and just put this one like that. And then we'll do the same thing on the third one. And so I have no idea how this is going to turn out, guys, so just bear with me. Like I says, it was just something I was thinking about before I came down. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my scent. I'm going to use the Polished Pink to match one of the colors on that. And I'm going to use the, this is Wishing You a Merry Christmas. Just clean that off from using the Real Red. And I'm going to just take this and I'm just going to, I got lots of ink on it. I'm just going to bring in, because it's photopolymer stamp, I'm just going to bring in my mat. Put this right here. Just like that. So this is totally out there, guys. I'm just nothing in particular. And I'm going to just use the, I'm just going to emboss it with a time-worn type embossing folder. So when you're embossing, make sure you do your sentiment first, your stamping first. If not, you're going to have a hard time getting a nice crisp image. So I'm just going to just stamp it over here out of the light, but also keep talking. And if Jimmy was here, he would take over for me, but it looks like he went upstairs because he wasn't getting what he wanted. So there you have it. So I have embossed it just like that, and I'm going to adhere that right to there. And I'm going to just use a little bit of Tombow glue for that. And put it right into the center like that. Now I'm going to bring in these gorgeous little stars. And like I said, this is a non-traditional card. And just like I said, I was just thinking of something to do, so we'll just give this a try and see what it looks like. But I totally love this bundle. I love how it's two-dimensional. Well, it's two layers. Just, oh man. And then again, I love everything snapping up. Puts out there. So I'm just going to take the dimensions off. I'm just going to place these, and I'm just going to overlap just a wee bit on them. And then that one there. Okay, so it wouldn't be a card without some sort of dimension. So I'm going to bring in the loose flowered flourishes, and I'm going to bring in my glue dots. Where did they go? Oh, there they are. Oh, now on this side. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the larger. And just add, they have no glue dots on the back side, so I'm just add them right onto the glue dot. And then now I'm sure you could, if you didn't want to make a Christmas card out of it, I'm sure you could make it into a birthday card. Oh, I messed that one up. I don't remember just put, but I can peel this up. Yeah, there we go. You can put this into a birthday card. Oh, I guess that one's not going to work. Just grab another one. But like I said, I was just in the process of coming down here and I thought, oh, I could totally do something. Now, what we could also do with this is we can even bling it up some more by bringing in the rhinestones. And oh, I'm going to just put the lid on this because I can just see it, me hitting that and it flying everywhere. So I'm going to bring in the smaller of the rhinestones, pick it up with my pick tool. And I'm just going to just put a wee one right into the center of the flower. Oh, maybe I'm not, 'cause got it going the wrong way. Oh, that must have. Turn this around. There we go. Oh, that one didn't stick either. Two. And oh, thanks, Cheryl. And then there. Now, if I really wanted to bling it up, I would put rhinestones in the center of the stars too, but I'm not going to do that, and that's not sticking. So, but that's okay, I'll figure that one out. Bring in the big guns. So what I'm going to do is I just took one of my glue dots and I'm going to just roll it up a bit, and then I'm just going to put it into the center of the flower, and then, oops, where'd it go? It's in there somewhere, there it is. And, oh, there it is on this side. And then just put that right into the center of the flower like that. So I have some big ones here, so let's just use those up too. Let's just put a rhinestone in the center. So I would definitely, I think I would use this one with the colors in it. I would use it as a birthday card, but it's too late now because I have the Wish You a Merry Christmas already in there. So I'll just use it as a Christmas card. Non-traditional Christmas card, of course. Okay, so let's just, I'm going to just put a few of these things away. Put my rhinestones away. So just to remind you guys that tomorrow is, Stampin' Up! Is having a mega sale. 15% off all of the cling stamps in the annual catalog. Every single one of them. Tomorrow on my Creating with Sharon VIP group, there's going to be an hourly My Favorite stamp set. And if you place an order of $40 or more at the sale using this hostess code right here, I will send you a complimentary pass to my card club along with the kits. Oh, well, Christine, maybe you shouldn't be watching the hockey game. I can hear it, them score. I think it's 2-2. I don't know what they have, but I know we have 2. Okay, so there's the last card I did. And then this is the one I did for my Casing Tuesday. This one here is on my blog. This one here will be on shortly because I'm going to do the video too. So this one is I call this a slider card. And basically this just slides right off, opens up. Really simple to do. And all the dimensions are posted on my blog, but I'm going to post a video on actually how to put everything together. So there's those two. And then there's these guys. And then there's the one that I just winged it. So there you have it, guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I am going to go up and finish watching the hockey game. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. If not, I'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. Greatly appreciated. See you guys. Bye.